Waiting for it to load up. Freddie, you going? All right, we are live now. To load up. And then, all right, so we start in 3, 2, 1.
Hola, Gamerish Network. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome to the 29th episode of the Gamerish Network podcast. I am Michael Brevard-Decker, aka Captain BD, and with me, a very fine group, I must say, Andre, BK Brawler.
What's up,
Mr.
people?
537.
I feel like I've been on a pod like every other day this week for some reason.
This is going to be the start of being famous. We're going to be everywhere.
Shit. Well, we're glad to be
here
together.
And also Mad King Solo, Freddy to the infinity and beyond. How you doing, man?
I'm good, chilling, have my little whiskey, enjoy this one. I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna just sip on this throughout the night. Maybe have more than one. Who knows?
Keep it cool, keep it warm. I mean, keep yourself warm, keep the drinks cold. So, new gen, guys. I wasn't here last week, but I did hear you guys talking about new gen. Everything came out last week, Tuesday, Xbox, Thursday, PS5. And I myself was super fucking busy because Thursday I got me a PS5. So let's start this podcast like we always do. Let's talk about the games that we've been playing. Freddie, what are you playing this week?
A few. Like a Dragon, actually. One that I've been wanting to play a little bit more. It's a lot.
Can I ask you, have you played any of the other Yakuzas?
I started them, but nothing's really grabbed my attention. I think because it's always kind of it's the combat, which is the whole point of that kind of game. Is the combat, but it's just always too arcadey for me, and it just felt kind of like Destiny Warriors a little bit, of just that, button smashing. I just didn't really want that in a game. So the story is what made me interested in it in the past ones, but the combat made me not interested. So this one,
do you like turn-based then? So that wasn't a big deal for you?
That was the thing that made me want to play it, because I've been playing a lot of the same type of games, open world games, shooting games. I'm I haven't played an RPG for a minute. So I'm this is kind of something I've been kind of itching for. So this is something that grabbed my attention.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about it right now.
Yeah, you played the last ones, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami so far. I'm trying to play all of them. I wanted to get through all of them before this one came out, because in Japan, this is Yakuza 7. In the US, it's like a dragon. What made me want this one way more, because of course the RPG elements to it. Because like you said, the other ones, I played those because the story looks like Shenmue all over again, Yeah, so it's just man, if you give me a Shenmue type story, then it's good. And like Metal Gear, the cutscenes are long as shit, but I could deal with that as long as the story is good. And so I've been playing this game too, obviously right now, and I watched some of your stream. Thank God you didn't go. You weren't past me when you started, because you were still right in the beginning. So I was like, let me not watch his stream because he might be past me, because I know you bought it before I did. But apparently you didn't play it as much as I did.
No, those cutscenes, man. I got Metal Gear Solid vibes on those cutscenes. I'm they're 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm streaming this. I'm yo, who's gonna sit down and watch cutscenes?
So, are they not? They're not skippable.
But you don't want to do that. I know. I don't want to skip it.
You miss a lot of story if you skip those cutscenes. There's a lot going on, especially
the tone of that game is everywhere. The beginning, I'll keep it spoiler free. I'm 20 minutes, an hour in. But you see a kid get abused by his mother. something happens to his dad, and then like they jump in the future, and it's like very like funny, very like get a plunger and like clean shit, and it's like all lighthearted, and then next it goes back to like some like
That's
like
That's like Shenmue shit, man. Like they really got your ass out there working.
Shenmue could keep
like you're really out there working.
yeah.
But Yakuza, all their games are like this. As soon as you watch a cutscene, it's gonna get serious. But when you're back in the open world, it's like a whole bunch of goofy shit just starts happening. So before you go and continue the main storyline, and that's what I like. I know some people said that the battles could get tiring after a while because they have these things that you could do since the first game, in which you're running around town and these enemies will have like this cone, and if they see you in the other games, Yakuza games, they'll chase you before you have to attack them. But because they're trying to make this more RPG like, as soon as they see you, it's like when you're in the open world of Final Fantasy, the fight just automatically initiates. There's no running away from them.
Funny enough, I got more Pokemon vibes from it. Like they see you, Pokemon that happens, and then like even like when you finish the bosses, you get like the experience, you get the money like Pokemon. I get like Pokemon vibes from this. It's like I can't. That's what. Yeah, I'm saying, but like it feels like very like Japanese RPG that I haven't like played one in a minute. I mean, I've been playing like these Western RPGs, and this is like a first like almost a traditional RPG, which is making me want to keep playing. Those cutscenes are just so long that I gotta just like spend 2 hours just getting through that shit. The one cool thing is the mini games, man. I went to like a little arcade and they have all the different
fighter.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, it's like full legit games.
All
I'm
of their games.
Like some Sega ass games.
Yeah, Shenmue, they put all the Sega games in the arcades as well. It's the same, even from Yakuza 1, they had Sega games in their arcades and all that shit. It's like, if you got the licenses, might as well utilize them where you can. So, that's pretty cool that they did that because they didn't have to. And that's just a little extra that they put in there. And when I saw you stream and play Virtual Fighter, I was surprised that they actually put all the characters there for you to choose from. I thought you was just gonna play as whoever they give you, and that was gonna be that. So that was a nice little thing.
They also had different difficulties for the like it was a game within game, but they had a different difficulties for Virtual Fighter. So like if you just like some casual, probably me, like I suck at fighting games. I get my ass kicked any day by that. But so it was just kind of nice. Like if I just wanted to go in there, super casual, beat like just have like 15 minutes doing that. I've been playing that. I've been playing Assassin's Creed like a lot, man. I am totally in love with that game.
How many? But I won't ask how far because I don't want any spoilers. But how many hours do you think you have in it?
Probably like 15, 16 hours.
15. I'm about.
So yeah, but I'm about at the same. Maybe about 20.
I just hit. My boy E was talking about the whole cat quest with the rats and the cats. I just hit that, and just like it's funny. Like my boy was saying, like how there's like rats, poison rats, and then you need to get rid of them. And the way he did it, he said he talked to the old lady.
Was this his joke?
No, it was like a legit. You're gonna probably do it, but the cool thing was like he talked to the lady to get the cats to eat the rats. Well, for some reason my charisma wasn't up, so I had to steal it from the old lady, break into her house, release all her house cats to eat the rats, and she was trying to like beat me up the whole time. So I'm over here like she's chasing me. Although I didn't want to like fight her, I didn't want to like kill her, but like I had to like beat her up, and she's like, okay, I'm sorry, but like it was just different ways to do these side quests, which I wouldn't even think that in the Assassin's Creed game to have multiple ways to do a side quest.
Did any of you reach the One Punch Man Easter egg mission?
Yeah,
I know E was telling me that.
I haven't.
I did. Did you get it yet?
I didn't find that one. You guys are playing different than me. Remember, I told you on the drink of the game, I'm only doing side quests if I'm close to them as I'm doing the main missions. So that's the only.
I'm going after weapons and gear.
Okay, so I got a little confession. I spent a little bit of money on Assassin's Creed. I kind of ruined the game a little bit, but they sent for, I don't know if everybody got it, but I got free 300 credit.
Yeah,
that's how they get you. That's like your free little fucking coins in Vegas. That's your free coins in Vegas right there. Like
I'm like,
here's your free spin that you can have on that one machine over there. You like what you're doing? Come over here and play.
Yeah, so it got me. I got. I spent $10 on it, but I don't regret it. I spent $10 to it was like $6, $7 to get all the map fully discovered for me, so
Oh,
I can
you
see
did
where
that?
everything is at.
Ah, man.
Weak.
I
That's
want
weak.
no, it made my experience much better because now I don't need to obsess with every little dot. Like, okay, I want this, I don't want that, and it
Also, it
made
tells you where every dot is as
yeah,
well.
and like
Wow.
it's fucking amazing. It's just like
Well, does it tell you what the dots are, or is it just the colors still?
just no, it tells you everything. It tells you the book of abilities. It tells you the I know that's not for everybody, but like I get fatigued from these type of games because I chase every dot, and then by the time I get to like the 70th dot, I'm like I'm done with this game.
And
So
that's
this is kind
exactly
of
why I took my approach of not going to any side quests unless it's right next to me.
so
That's
what
my,
I'm doing
But see,
is
man, if you just want some gear or something, though, you can be like, all right, I want some gear. Let me
no,
hop
because I
on
still want to
YouTube
go
real
to the
quick,
dots.
see where all the gear's at, then just go get the gear.
So what I would do is like a mission's right here. So then I would hit up all the dots I want to get to the second one, instead of like because I don't want to go to the dot and then waste my time and picking up something I don't want to pick up. So I feel like it's me being a little more straight with it, like connecting the dots to where I want to go. So to me, it works. I that's what I said. It probably will ruin the experience for other people, but
Did you get the Predator bow?
I bought one of the bows, but I didn't buy the I don't know which one I bought.
This is the recurve bow. So this one's the one that's got like the
It was gold.
little
The one
scope
okay.
in it. It's got a little
Yeah,
scope in
I
it.
think I got that one. Yeah.
get that.
That's a bad boy.
I've got that because I'm like I didn't want to spend money on like weapons because I'm like I want to get the good ones in the game. So, but I'm like I don't really care about bows, so I'm like whatever bow I get, I'm gonna stick with that one for the rest of the game. So I got like
That
a really
bows
good
be
bow.
doing damage. Yo. I've been doing a lot of damage with bows,
Yo,
man.
I like that like they have what is it, weak spots where like if you hit them in the arm or the leg, they like
Yeah.
bend down. That shit's good. You get like those free headshots. But I've been playing those two mostly, and 2K. Yeah, I don't want to talk about 2K.
Your PC addiction, they
We
got
will.
you.
Well, we can break it down later. That's a new gen game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a new gen. That's got new gen attitude. Dre, my man, what you been playing?
All of them. I officially got every single game except for Pathless or the Path, whatever that game is called. I have every next gen game that's brand new or upgraded now, from Dead by Daylight, No Man's Sky, Assassin's Creed. Like everything that's been upgraded is there, and everything that's new is there.
That's
So
about $1,000 right there.
you know, just don't even remind me, man. Like, like I'm just here paying off my debt without looking at my credit card bill. I'm just paying it every week. I'm just like, let me get this much off. I pay $500 to my Amex card every week, and I'm just like, here, bring this thing down because I know I
All right.
fucking bore your ass out.
So you have everything, but what have you been playing? What do you think you've been
Yeah.
putting the bulk of your time into?
Assassin's Creed is number one, but we've been speaking about that because I said I'm gonna finish this fucking game. I will finish it. The ending, I'm at the last level right before we got on this pod. I'm on the final level of Demon Souls. I'm not Demon Souls, Call of Duty. Of course,
What? I was like, what?
Yeah, Demon Souls, fuck out of here. Like, but Demon Souls,
Like, your
I'm
boy
playing.
got good.
Yeah, that'll be real quick because I'm still in the first world of Demon Souls, dying like crazy. This close to start looking at those fucking guides that the PlayStation gives
on the UI.
Yeah, I'm about to
I was gonna tell you. I was gonna wait for your next stream to tell you this, but you need to abuse the backstabs and rolling. So like
Yeah,
they never
I know.
updated that to the. So that's like an old Demon Soul thing glitch that they never fixed because it's part of the game and part of the experience. But like this, try to go around them and backstab, and then they get back
I
up.
noticed that, but
backstab,
I've been working
backstab.
on my parrying. Like I've been trying to parry at the right time so I could. Because if you parry correctly and stab them, you get that instant kill also. So
Yeah.
it's like, but I gotta start rolling more because I know everybody's always like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, all about you rolling and then attacking and shit.
Rolling backstab. That is just gonna save you so much time.
But I think what works, like if this was on PS3, PS4, I would have gave up on this game already because of the long ass loading screens. And I think that makes me think more and more, why am I sitting here wasting my time? But now that, you know,
at least you can die and jump right back into it.
you're right back in it. It's like, in my head, I'm just like, all right, let's do this again. Like, I'm not thinking about it. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I just died for the 10th time. I'm not going through the game like that. And so even though I'm still at the beginning, I'm still like, all right, learning experience. I'm learning every time. I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm gonna use magic for this guy, sword on this guy, magic on this guy, sword on this guy. I want to start laying out notes for people and shit, but in the beginning, there's a whole bunch of notes for people. So I'm like, no need to waste my time writing notes right now at the beginning, maybe later on in the game, and thing like that. But it's been fun. I started playing Borderlands 3. Unfortunately, you're supposed to be able to carry over your PS4 file to the PS5. I did everything the rundown told me to do to get my PS4 save file onto the PS5. Not working at all. I don't know if it's a glitch now.
It's not working for me either.
Yeah, so me and Mo are about to start over since Mo wasn't far into it. So I'm just gonna pick another character.
That would ruin it for me. I spent so many hours on that game that I would not start over.
It won't do it for me for Spider-Man, and it won't do it for me for Ghost of Tsushima. I had to start that all over. I'm platinum Ghost of Tsushima, so
I didn't know you had to start Ghost of Tsushima over again. Even your multiplayer?
I haven't tried multiplayer,
right,
but as far as the story goes,
is there, I'm fine. I'll be tight. I don't care about the story once I beat it, but the multiplayer, because the raids are there and I'm close to getting to that level 100, so I could be in the raid and shit. So that will piss me off. But
I don't know for sure, but I'm here to tell you it might not. It might start your ass over.
Well, if it does, then that's it for Ghost of Tsushima for me. I'm not going back on the fucking game.
I don't know. It might not.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I'll try it out later on, maybe this weekend and shit. No Man's Sky, I didn't boot up yet because I'm waiting for my cousin Mo to get on that too. And what else I've been playing? What's the other game? Spider-Man, great. Miles Morales, been doing that. I gotta get back on that because I feel like I could finish that within this weekend. So I'm gonna finish Call of Duty first. I think I could finish Call of Duty before football finishes tonight. And then I'm gonna work on Miles next. And then this weekend will be Borderlands and shit. And Yakuza, like I'm playing that in the morning before I go to work. I play like an hour before I go to work, hour and a half or so, depending on how early I get up or if my wife hears me getting up. If she hears me getting up, I gotta get back into bed. But if she doesn't hear me get up, then I get like an extra hour to play it. Yes, people, I am that obsessive of my games. I have to wake up. Like I don't have to wake up till 6:30.
He does. He wakes up early.
Yeah, but I wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock so I can get some game time in before I get ready for work. That's how into my shit I am.
You're just a committed gamer, that's all.
Yeah. I'm a committed gamer.
It sounds beautiful because it sounds like so peaceful and quiet, but at the same time, like it's so fucking early.
See, I'm the same way, except I do it at night. That's when I really like game is like at night, like everybody's asleep. I can spend like hours just playing a game without being distracted.
I wish, but she comes in the room. My wife comes in the room at 11:30 and she'll say, "Why aren't you in bed with me? I can't fall asleep." And then if she leaves me alone, she'll come back at like 1 in the morning when she has to use the bathroom.
It comes back for you.
And be like, "Why aren't you still here? Turn it off."
And now she's not asking. She's not asking.
Yeah, exactly. When she comes the second time, it's like, turn it off. Come on, let's go to bed. So that's why I just give up by 11:30. 12 o'clock is as far as I'm able to go before she starts texting me, "You don't love me no more." Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get those fucking texts and all that shit. And then I gotta go to bed. So
see, now what I do,
I love you. I love you in bed.
You know so now what I do when I play a game is like it's research, babe. It's for the podcast, okay? This is like a job now, okay? I need my time.
She says
that ain't cutting it for me either.
That's it. All right, Mike. So what you been working on, man?
So we're gonna get into this a lot more, and actually, because I didn't join, your drinking a game conversation of all the new gen games, and I felt like I was a part of that conversation though. So I have been playing the shit out of new gen, and out of PlayStation 5, and I can't explain of how fucking just exciting this moment in history that we are in. Like people were talking shit about this launch. There's nothing coming out with these systems and blah 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 blah. Nothing's coming out. Well, fuck that. I'm thinking this is the best launch that there's ever been. I mean, hands down, the best launch.
You're crazy.
Just for PlayStation 5, okay? This week I've been playing just what came on it. The fucking game that came with it as a tech demo, Astro Boy Playland, has no reason to be as good as it is. It's such a fucking good game.
My kids love
It's so fucking good. The shit that it does with this controller is amazing. The things that this game does with that controller, it's unbelievable.
With that controller.
A lot of them do, and even I've just got Miles Morales today, and I'm gonna talk about that. The controller's fucking doing shit in that one too. So I've been playing Astro Playland. I got Valhalla on launch. I've been playing the shit out of Valhalla. I like Valhalla. I'm a big Assassin's Creed guy. I like Assassin's Creed a lot. I like the newer Assassin's Creed games a lot because I'm a big open world RPG guy. This one isn't as good as the other two, in my opinion, but it looks better. It plays better. The combat's better. The voice acting is really good. The dialogue in between the actors are really good, but the story as a whole is just lacking. Like it isn't that great. For example, so my big pet peeve with Valhalla is that
I was about to say, if this was a drink in a game, we would have went deeper into that line right there. But go ahead.
So I was expecting. I was waiting on somebody to be like, "What do you mean?" So in Origins and in Odyssey, and most of the other games, but definitely in Origins and Odyssey, in the beginning of the game, something happens to the protagonist that fucks his life up, changes it completely. There's a loss of a life, or it just throws his life into a completely different type of tailspin, but usually it's a loss of a life, and you know exactly who the bad guy is right off the bat. Like, you know who the bad guy is or who the bad group is and why you're after them and how you're about to go after them. That's all laid out for you. In this game, it's like, well, my dad said I can't be the king, so let's just move and go fuck up that country. And that's it. There's no story, there's no epic quest or anything like that. It's just like, man, this place sucks. Let's go fuck that place up.
Or it went like in a certain like Attack on Titan direction where you think you know who's gonna be your main characters and shit, and next thing you know, in the second episode, everybody dies. And then you're just like, hold on, so who's the fucking main character in the story if they're gonna kill everybody? So like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like you don't know. Maybe halfway through the story, because E brought up in a
That's what I'm thinking.
game,
it's got to drop at some point. We're just like,
yeah, it's like the second half of the game is completely different than the first half of the game. So he could be on to something there for us. Maybe you got to reach that point where E is at for you to really feel the impact of the story.
I think I like that it's different than Assassin's Creed. I think that's the selling point to me, is that like that's why I stopped playing Assassin's Creed before this one, because it felt too similar to each other. That I felt like I'm buying the next Madden, and every next Madden is like the same game. So this one made me feel that it's different enough.
And this structure is a whole lot like the last two games. But I mean, the story and the plot is just, it isn't as good. It isn't in depth. You know what I mean? Like, you're not feeling it like you were in the other two. The gameplay is the same, and it's really good. Actually, it's a little bit more. Okay, so time out again. Freddie, did you play Origins or Odyssey?
I played the beginning of Odyssey and the beginning of Origins. It just didn't hook me. I just didn't.
Okay. Did you like the stealth stuff that they were doing in it? Or like the stealth stuff that you can do in? That's what I should ask you. In Ghost of Tsushima, are you a stealth guy, or are you a call them out and out of their huts and fucking fight them?
Start off stealth, and then if I get caught, I fuck everybody up.
Okay, so that's about the same that I am, and that's the same way that I used to play these games. I used to in Origins and on Odyssey, I'd hop up on the rooftops. I'd get, you know what I mean? I'd get higher ground, and I'd start picking boys off with arrows. I'd start throwing little bombs over for people to come over and investigate it and shit. Then I'd light them up with arrows, and then I'd come down and just clean them up. You know what I mean? With your combat. But in this game, it's just combat. I mean, you're hitting the beach screaming and yelling and charging boys with axes. You know what I mean? Like there is no stealth in this game. Not much. Every once in a while you get lucky and you see a little assassination
But when you go
key
after those
light
certain
up.
people, that list of people, which I don't want to ruin, then that's where all my stealth goes to, really.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't even done that yet. I'm level like 32 or 33 right now. That's my power. My power 32, power 33.
Right now.
But I like it, and it looks so good. It looks so good. Norway looked better in my opinion because I can, when I'm in England, and especially like when it rains or like if you're in a forest, I can actually, I've never noticed this before on other generations, but I can actually see the frames drop. Like I can see the shit. Like I can see where everything looks clear, beautiful, and then it's like, oh, that now it looks like PS4. That's fucking weird. So I don't know. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous game. I'm telling you, Astro's Playroom. Oh my god, that game. It's so much fun. I've also been playing the shit out of Destiny, of course. Not a whole lot the last couple of days. I've really been focusing a lot of time on Valhalla. Let's see, Bug Snacks. Have you guys played any Bug Snacks?
Man, I played like only up to catching the first bug, and then I'm just like, man, I got shit like Assassin's Creed and shit to play right now, man. I don't got time for like. I was like, all right, okay, Ape Escape with bugs, you know.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, little Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, so I'm just like, yeah, Pokemon Snap, Ape Escape, but I'm just like, I like where the story is with that game. It's just that I don't feel like I'm going to play it until I finish once all my next gen hype is over. 'Cause right now I'm in such a sense of hype for playing all these new games, you know, like these big games that I'm not gonna. That's why Astro I just put on for the kids. I don't play it. That game I would just put on for the kids, even though they don't know what they're doing, you know. But then I put the big games on for myself. But I'm still in this hype. Like I want to get sick so bad, so I don't
so
have
just
to
stay home and go and just go at it.
Just want to fucking stay home.
Fucking take off your fucking shirt, hop in a pair of basketball shorts, lay up on that couch, and not fucking move.
I'm hoping my boss ain't listening to this, but I fucking want to get sick so bad, so I don't have to fucking go to work for like 2-3
me
days
too.
and just finish.
Oh shit, I'm actually quarantined for like the next 2 or 3 days. It might be a bad thing. It might be a bad thing, but right now it seems kind of like a good thing.
I said I'm not even gonna bring up my situation because it'll be even worse.
So Bug Snacks is crazy, man. So I've been playing that one with my wife a little bit. We've got probably about 5 hours into that. Freddie, do you know anything about that game?
I just seen the trailer. It looks a little not my type of game.
Weird. It might be. It looks like a kid's game, but it's not really a kid's game. I think it's probably got this really fucking dark meaning behind it.
It's not a kid's game because there's a lot of
I think it's a kid's game.
That has to be learned for that game.
Like we are straight up feeding these bugs. Okay, so Freddie, it's one of these bugs is a spider and it's got French fry legs, right? It's called a frider. So dude's like, hey, go find me these friders. You know what I mean? They sound tasty as fuck. You know, them shit sound delicious. So I go get a frider, bring it back to him, he eats it. Boom, his arm becomes a French fry. All right? And I give him a couple more. His legs become French fries. Now this dude's half French fry. And he's like, those are awesome. Let me know if you find anything else for me to eat. Like he liked it. He wanted me to do it. It's crazy. It's a crazy fucking game.
You know, this like games like that in Godfall, I feel like games that I would probably be interested in like the summertime during the drought of games, you know. But like at this moment with so many other good games, it's like I can't waste the time, and I'm still trying to get a new system, so I can't waste the money on this stuff. But I would love to try Godfall and see how that is.
System, man, for Jesus Christ, getting a new system is way harder now than when it was just pre-order time. Like everybody,
isn't that weird? It does seem like that. It's so hard.
Pre-order time was way easier than it is right now, and I think that because everyone has the same connect right now, those that figured out how to see when these systems are dropping, that made it worse. Like too many people gave out the secret. I'm not getting it out right now because I don't want nobody listening to know. So
I know I was gonna go on a rant later about this, but it's just like it's taking the joy of gaming away from me. It's just like every time I put in
Not
my
for
car,
us.
yeah, but because imagine like, thank you. All right, bye bye. Sign it off. No, but like
I'm
for real,
having a great
it's
time
it's like I don't know, it's like Christmas Day and like
every day.
but like the only saving grace is that like I don't want to sound like one of these people who can't get shit, but like I'm happy I have the Pro and the One X on because at least I get to still get my shiny graphics and stuff like that. But it's tough out here. It's just like these fucking bots, man. It's
that Xbox.
ridiculous.
If
Well,
only
and you
we
can
had
still play
that
everything. You
Xbox,
know what I
man.
mean? Like Xbox says that Xbox One's going to be in cycle for a minute, and PlayStation's came out and straight up said that that PS4 is still going to be around for 3 years,
God
but they're
knows
still
I
going to be
had an
cycling games
Xbox
for a
for
while.
Freddie about twice already. The first time Freddie got impatient and he wanted it right away, so he didn't want to wait, and so he made me
I had you an S.
Yeah, I had an S. I had the new Xbox. I just wanted it now. I just didn't think it'd be this hard.
They said a 25 like December 24th release date for it, but they were
I
wrong.
wouldn't push.
Everybody that ordered it, that was just estimated, but then you got it the next week.
My
So
Are
boys
you
at
serious?
yes,
my boys
everybody
at GameStop told me
got
today
it.
that Xbox, I'm not going to be able to touch one until maybe Black Friday, and they're saying that it's going to be hairy on Black Friday too.
Yeah. Then I had another Xbox from the same place in the cart for Freddie, a Series X. And then they said because I used my BK Brawler online name already, they said you
Already
purchased
bought
one
one.
already.
Yeah.
Even though I refunded it, they said I purchased one already, so I couldn't get it. So I had to switch over to my son's Xbox Live name. And by the time I did that,
It was done.
I was like, fuck, man. I didn't know they going this hard on the Microsoft's website because of that and shit. And then PlayStation puts you in these queues, and every time I wait, by the time I get into the store, everything's sold out.
And then
So
GameStop had a weird thing to add it to the cart. It's sold out. Give it a minute and check again. It's like, what system is this? It's like this.
I didn't even tell you today on Walmart, I actually had the Xbox. They let me put in your information and the credit card. And as it said loading credit card, it
Sold
wouldn't let.
out.
They say you have to keep low, you have to keep clicking on it. So I had my staff on this. My
He
staff
puts them to
trying to
work.
buy you a new Xbox today. Man. Like me and all my staff in the office were on Walmart and GameStop.com trying to buy you a new console today. Like I really hope my boss isn't listening to this. Like,
It's for science, guys. Let him do it.
this is what I'm paying you guys for to buy new consoles. Like, but yeah, we tried today real hard, and I almost had it, and it was just like because sometimes you have it, you just got to keep refreshing. But Walmart's big mistake is that they keep giving,
Posting it.
and when you give a time, the people with the bots are gonna go
be
and
there.
set up this shit so that they can buy it right away. Like Walmart must have the stupidest owners in the world, or they just don't care.
I don't
They
think they
don't
count it.
care.
They don't
They
care
get the
getting
money
paid.
anyways.
buying it. Yeah, they just don't care because they're like, hey, bots, hey, 4 o'clock today, come buy up all our fucking systems. Where Microsoft just goes random. Sam's Club seems to keep doing it at 12:05 every morning, which
Okay.
is like 5 minutes after I fall asleep, and then all of a sudden here's that
Chris,
tweet. Sam's Club was selling it, and then I'm like, fuck, now I missed it. GameFly has bundles, but you have to be a fucking subscribed to that, and I'm no longer subscribed to GameFly because I don't do disc anymore. And
I'm always surprised about that because you love collecting your disc and your DVDs and your Blu-rays. So.
that was the old days until I got lazy as now. I don't want to get up. I don't like getting up. I don't like opening a cartridge. I don't like having to stick something inside a hole unless it's my shit. And like it's just I'm just fucking done with the workaround of disc. Like I saved disc for my son so he could play it here and at his mom's house. Other than that, if it's not a kid's game or a wrestling game for him, I am just straight up fucking digital on everything. That's why Sony, and I'm glad, like, I know Sony gave out this news. I guess this goes into our gaming news because we asked people, we will get to that. Is Sony said that they're not worried about people complaining that you can't use external drives. And I'm glad that Sony put their foot down on this because me, who buys every game, has everything installed on his system and still has like 800 something gigabytes left. You people are bitching, and most of you only buy like 2 games a year, and you're bitching about storage space. Like, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, the same thing. I've never had an issue. Just like five, how many games do you want on your system? And how many of those games are you actually rotating often enough to justify downloading them? Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I got every single launch game downloaded right now. Still got 800 something gigabytes. By time the next big game comes, Cyberpunk, it's still gonna have enough space for that. And then there's nothing else until next year. So there's no reason for people to be complaining about storage right now because if I have enough storage, everybody should have enough fucking storage.
If storage is that big of a deal to you, get Stadia.
Yeah.
It's Stadia, honestly. It's not
Yeah.
bad. So I've been playing. There's one more game I've been playing, guys. I just got it today. I finally just went ahead and splurged because I'm not Dre. I was gonna have to wait on this game till fucking next payday, but don't tell my wife I got it today. I got Miles. I went and got Miles.
Good job.
And I'm about 2 hours in it, and the fucking okay, Dre, are you playing the fidelity or are you playing performance?
I put performance.
You're going performance. Okay, so with your game, I've looked at both. So your game's pretty, like it's real pretty. When you're actually running up the building, you can see your reflection in the windows and the puddles and shit. Your game's pretty. The fucking colors are bright.
Yep.
And you see shadows everywhere. So I played on that for a minute, and that's what I started with. And then I played in fucking performance for a little while. And that's where my shit was running. I mean, you're 60 frames per second. And them shits were not dropping. Like while you're swinging through the buildings and just doing crazy shit, them frames are not dropping.
Beautiful.
And then I went back, I was like, yeah, but you know what? I've always argued with PCMR about this shit that, yeah, you guys can play in 60 and 120 frames per second, but I can play in 4K, baby. That's all I care about. Man, I went back to it and I couldn't do it. Like I had to go back to fidelity. It was weird. It was like, damn, all this time I think I was wrong.
Yeah.
Like I think I was wrong.
I think I feel the same way, not on mouse, but like I've been playing a lot more PC games that can run 100 frames, and like I got like a 144 hertz and 300 hertz screens, and like it's tough going back. I'm so happy Xbox and the next gen is like doing that stuff now because it's tough going back to like 30 frames, 60 hertz. Like you really feel the difference.
You feel it. That's what's weird. You feel it.
Yeah, that stuff I feel we feel the difference. One thing I feel like people overhype, and which I feel like if no one told you, you wouldn't even know, is ray tracing. Like,
I don't know. I don't know
ray
what the fuck
tracing
that
is
is.
something that PC people overhyped, and I'm just like, if no one told you that they use this technology called ray tracing, none of you would say shit about ray tracing. None of you would know. None of you would be like, "Oh my god, I think they put ray tracing." In. No, you wouldn't. None of
That's how they justify spending so much money on these graphic cards.
Yeah,
because like they need to ray tracing. This is why I have the 3080 fucking ray trace every fucking game. You don't fucking need that. Like,
we got now is great. If no one told you, I bet if when the next Elder Scrolls comes out, they don't tell us it has ray tracing and there's ray tracing in the game, I bet not one person on PC is going to be able to figure out ray tracing is on the fucking game, without having to do some research or encrypting a code, because there's people out there who have no life and all they want to do is encrypt games instead of playing them and all this shit, it's ridiculous.
So for my eyes on Spider-Man, for Miles Morales in particular, like my eyes, it's not as pretty. It's not as bright. The images aren't as sharp. I definitely don't see reflections or anything like that. But just because of the movement that you have, the way that you see it and the movement, looks better to me under performance. Like that, even though it's darker, even though my images are a little bit more dull, like just from the frames per second that's going on, like I can control him better. Like I can honestly feel like I was saying feel it. You guys were saying feel it. I can actually feel it. I can actually feel my control enhanced by the way that I'm looking at this.
Yeah. That's the whole
And
beauty about next gen and going backwards in games is that, or at least for Xbox, they're gonna like optimize the older games for like games that were like what was the last Final Fantasy game that came out? What number was it?
7 remake.
No, before that one. The other one.
15.
15. That one was sloggy on my X. So I'll be looking forward to playing that again. Cause I liked it, but it was just frame skipping constantly. Graphics like
Have you finished it?
yeah, I loved that. That actually was one of my favorite. But it was just like very
So I don't know why people hated on Final Fantasy 15.
I liked it.
Like if an ending makes me feel emotional, it's a good ending. Like that ending of 15 was emotional, and I'm just like, oh shit.
And I never touched the DLC, and I never touched the multiplayer. So I probably would if I get my
Pass. All the DLC on Game Pass.
So I definitely would try that and just see how that one's on the new Xbox.
So that's it for me as far as games, guys, that I've been playing. One last thing about Spider-Man that
I have a question about Spider-Man.
One last thing that I gotta say. Peter Parker's face is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. He looks, I didn't think it would bother me, but when he's right next to Miles, he looks at least 2 or 3 years younger than Miles. But yet he's talking about I was doing this by myself for 8 years.
Yeah,
I was like, motherfucker, funny. It looks like your name's Bryce and you're fucking 3 years younger than me on the swim team. You know what I mean? Like, shut the fuck up. It's hard to look at.
Is it hard to look at because you know what it was before, or because he just looks too young?
He looks too young. Like they could have used that same image and just aged him up a little bit. He does look more like Tom Holland, but he looks. Tom Holland's got a baby face, and this looks like Tom Holland's baby brother.
Is the voice acting the same?
Well, I am used to the other guy, and what it was saying. No, it's a different cat. The last guy was Yuri something like that.
Yeah.
Mike is breaking up a little bit right now.
He's too excited about Spider-Man.
You see his face all frozen, excitement and shit. You know?
Well, Dre, what do you think about Spider-Man? Did that bother you?
Yeah, it froze up on me a little bit. Yeah. You guys hear me now?
Yeah.
You're good.
So, yeah, he just looks bad. That part of it's making a bad experience for me. I'm going to go back through and play the remaster and see how bad it really bothers me. But so far, I don't like the new face.
All right. So, question: should I wait to play that on the PS5, or should I just play it now on the Pro?
Wait. Absolutely wait.
Yep.
That's if you're saying that you like that you are more into the performance than you are into the fidelity. You gotta play it at, you know what I mean?
Well, guys, he's saying it's amazing. You know,
amazing. Spider-Man is amazing on the PS5.
Definitely good on the PS5. You will not regret it.
It has Dre's seal of approval.
Yes, my seal of approval. Right now, every fucking game except for Bug Snacks, really. Well, Bug Snacks is okay. I just got to get into it, but everything has my seal of approval.
What about Godfall? Because I love Gearbox. And
Godfall is oh god, that's like a swimming in sevens game. It's like one of PS5's masterpieces in graphical, like gotcha. You know, like you bought this game because of how good it looked. You didn't know nothing about it, which none of us really knew. I want to play multiplayer in that game because I feel like if I play multiplayer, I have so much more fun. But Godfall plays like Borderlands / Demon Souls put together.
Doesn't sound bad.
You know, it's a lot of loot. But the thing is that the loot most of the time is lower than what you're using already. Like if you find one legendary, bet your ass you're using that legendary for the next hour and a half before you find another weapon that's stronger than your legendary weapon. You know, so it's Like I don't get you get to put two weapons in a slot, but what's the point of switching when this one is going to get you one hit kills and the other one you have to do a little more work, So you got to learn how to parry on time. You get all these abilities and stuff. I think me and Felice brought this up before, but I want to play co-op. I feel I'm gonna have a lot more fun playing co-op than I would playing by myself. But it is a beautiful game. It's a straight up 7, 6.5, the lowest. Well, a
Wow.
lot of people are hating on it right now, but I feel like I haven't put enough time in it to hate it, But it's something that I think if I was gonna put it in the order of games that I'm gonna finish right now, that's like back of my list that I need to finish right now. That's that one graphical game that just came out that you just want to fucking just finish it because it's fucking beautiful. And
I
then
mean, Xbox doesn't even have that game. Well, what would you say the Xbox version of that is? Assassin's Creed?
Xbox only has Yakuza. It has no
Oh,
exclusive
that's
right
no,
now.
I'm talking about like the game that like makes you justify the Xbox Series X. Like, is there because Godfall is a beautiful game on the PS5? What's that version of Xbox? Do they
Well,
have one?
on Xbox, all I've been playing is Yakuza and Destiny 2. That's all I've been playing on Xbox right now.
I don't think Godfall's the game that's making anybody buy a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, that's definitely not. It's a game that people are just want to know what the hell this is, and we're buying it for $70. It's gonna be a PlayStation Plus game, guys. Trust me, it's gonna be a free game by February, March of next year. Mark my words, we're getting that game for free. Well, you guys will be getting that game for free. I bought it for $70. Do I regret it? No. I'm an addict. I'm gonna buy it no matter if it was fucking $80. I'll still buy it. But I feel like this is a game that we could get in PlayStation Plus free, like Destruction All Stars. So it was all good. Thank you, GameStop, for not charging me for Destruction All Stars and giving me my money back. So that was good news. But yeah.
All right. So yeah, if we want to get into a little bit of game news,
Do you
so
want to
Jeff Keighley's.
now, or you
Yeah,
want
go ahead. Yeah, you should. You should. We've
to
been
do
doing this for.
this is your details for the contest.
So we are doing what I was talking about then, right?
Yes, YouTube.
Okay. So guys, Dre, tell them the prize first.
All right, guys. For this is
You've
a
been
real
selling that
simple
well.
contest. Mike is gonna explain all the rules, but for whoever, this is like a raffle. If you did it, you drop a picture for us, you will win Super Mario Game and Watch, which seems to be the hot shit right now. My wife even came in the room and said, "Can I just sleep with you tonight and get this?" And I'm just like, "No, honey, that's not gonna work." But so yes, Super Mario Game and Watch has been selling out everywhere. I didn't know how big this shit was gonna be. I bought one.
I think I bought one too.
And I just want to give it to our loyal listeners or fans. One of you, I want one of you to have this thing because I'm not going to use it. I would just have it as a collector's item. I'd rather have it and give it to people that are going to use it. So I bought it and I said, hey, how about we run a little contest, raise up our viewership and stuff, and we give it to our loyal listeners and followers. So Super Mario Game & Watch is up for grabs for free. Nothing to do but a simple little contest that Mike is going to explain to you. And if you're following us already, all you got to do is do the second part of the contest. Yes, there
All
we
right,
go.
so
Fred,
yeah.
put it up so you guys can see if you're watching us on YouTube right now.
So your Game & Watch, guys, it's like this old school Famicom looking handheld, right? And it's got your Super Mario Brothers, the very first game on it. It's got a watch or a clock that it's pretty cool. It comes through Mario Jumpman. He comes through and he breaks the blocks and he shows you the time. People are really getting into that shit. And it's also got another little fun, smaller, like little side game to it. But how you're going to win this is that you are going to go to our YouTube, okay? Gamerish Network on YouTube. You're going to hit our icon. You're going to hit subscribe. Now, once on your page it says subscribed, you're going to take a screenshot of it, okay? You're going to hold on to that screenshot, and then we are going to have a post within our Gamerish Network Facebook group that says, something like Game & Watch giveaway.
Yep.
And then the only thing, it's real simple. All you have to do to enter, the only thing you have to do to enter this raffle is to just post that picture that says that you're subscribed. That's it. That's all you got to do.
We'll run this for about 2 weeks, because next week we're off for Thanksgiving. So we're going to give you guys 2 weeks. Tell your friends if you want, about this. If you guys love us, I would assume you're telling your friends already about the game podcast, like tell them to listen, watch this. We got real cool guys giving away real cool prizes. Don't forget who gave y'all free Last of Us and God of Wars and shit like that. That was us. So, but yeah, like just post a pic, and when we make that post, let us know that you're a subscriber and your name is automatically entered. And in 2 weeks after our Thanksgiving passes, we will announce it live on the Gamerish podcast. I will put all names into a little spinny thing, like all of you who are used to entering our contest scene, and whoever's name is chosen will get this Game & Watch games delivered to them from me. And as simple as that. Very simple contest to enter. So tell your friends, tell your family. We are here and we want to spread our word, and you guys are our lifeblood, and we love it if you'll spread the word for us as well. But this is a little gift to you, that, or at least to one of you, and more prizes will be coming soon. This is just, well, I'm not gonna say it's the beginning, because it's not the beginning, because we've been giving prizes before, but this is just a little token of our appreciation to our fans.
Yeah.
What we're going to end up having is we're going to end up having competitions all over social media. We're going to have competitions on Facebook, like we've already had, on YouTube. We're going to have them on Twitch. We're going to have them on Instagram, hopefully, and maybe one day Twitter if we get that rolling. So stay tuned.
Yes. Gamerish Network on all your fucking social media platforms. We're there. Find us. Go ahead. Gaming news, man.
This is the gaming news, and guys, I want you to take kind of some of this with a grain of salt. So for one thing I hate about the Game Awards, the one thing that I hate, and when I started hating this was last year with Jedi Fallen Order, is that they cut off in November. You know what I mean? There's 12 months of a year, and that's the gaming year. It's the year of gaming. So if something drops in late November, or God forbid in December, it's not a part of that award show. Like even the Oscars hold their shit in like February or some shit like that, so they can get the whole calendar year in their awards. But with Jeff Keighley's thing, and he does a pretty good job. I mean, at least he's kept the thing going. You know what I mean? So here's the games for the game of the year, and there's all kinds of other small different shits like best performance, best multiplayer. I'm only going to read off just for game of the year of what was nominated for Jeff Keighley's game of the year. Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, right off the bat, what I got to tell you guys, PlayStation showed up.
Yeah.
Fucking showed out. They got 3 games in this shit. Nuts. So Ghost of Tsushima, Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, just Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, I like seeing that, The Last of Us Part 2, and there you go. There's your games. Dre, did you hear that? The games?
Can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
You guys hear me now?
I can hear you.
No. Okay.
Oh, you're good. It's Dre we can't hear.
Okay. Oh, no. Dre. No.
All right, so then is God of War Night in there? How's God of War Night in there?
There wasn't a God of War this year, right?
That was last year?
17, I think. Or maybe no, it was 18. It was the same year. It was the same year that Spider-Man came out.
Okay, yeah.
So, Dre, you've got Ghost of Tsushima, Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2.
You guys can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Did
right.
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you guys. So that's the Game of the Year nominees, right?
Yep.
Yeah, out of those, those are good Game of the Years. You said Animal Crossing, right? Animal Crossing.
Yep. Animal Crossing's in
I know
there.
you think Animal Crossing is gonna win it, but
I think Ghost.
I think
Ghost.
Yeah, I think Ghost is also gonna be Game of the Year. At least for that award show. We don't know about ours yet, but
I think for their award, I thought that Last of Us was a shoe-in. But then with Ghost dropping that multiplayer for free, I thought that really sent it over.
Multiplayer from Last of Us, they should have dropped that shit, but we're probably not getting that shit till next year, optimized for PS5 and shit. So, because remember, they said that's gonna be like a standalone download, so they don't have to make it compatible for PS4 if they don't want to. They could completely just make that a straight up PS5 thing, Last of Us DLC.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Dre, what I started talking about in this though was the fact that Gamerish Network we are going to do the full calendar year of the best games of the year. We're doing the best games that happened that you could play in 2020. Mm-hmm. Here's one thing Jeff Keighley did not put on this list, or what the nominees did not put on this list, that kind of upset me a little bit, because I heard on multiple podcasts that he was very open to the idea, and that's Among Us.
Oh, well, I understand. I understand because it's a 2-year-old game that just got popular now.
But that's what people were playing in 2020, though. You know what I mean? Like, that was a two.
You're right, but it wasn't made this year. It's like me saying, "Hey, Mass Effect just got popular this year when they announced the trilogy. Let's put Mass Effect as Game of the Year contender."
Hey, if it says remake on the end of it, they might.
So I don't know. Like, I don't think that. I think we'll have our own category for Among Us, but I don't think I would ever put it in Game of the Year category.
Or hear me out on this.
I think that could be Hype of the Year, Hype Game of the Year.
Swap out Doom Eternal for Fall Guys.
Doom Eternal? I don't know. Well, then again, I didn't beat Doom Eternal, but that's a fucking good game. I don't think it'll ever have a chance at winning Game of the Year with everything else that came out. But
we have somebody comment on chat. Haha Paradox says Hades has to win something.
Yeah, it will.
They will. It will for sure.
Hades will win something.
Yeah.
Hades might fuck around and take the fucking family game.
Yeah, I think that's my dark horse. I think if it's not Ghost, it might be Hades.
Yeah, because people might just be like, you know what, let's give it to this game that nobody thought would make it far. And
it hasn't even been out that long. What, maybe 2 months tops? I mean,
the only thing is that game was in early development for a while. So I wonder if that counts.
It's been over a year that game's been out on Steam.
So yeah, so who knows? What's the chances of what do you think is the underdog in this list?
Well,
I think Hades.
Yeah, Hades has to be the underdog because all those other games are like, you got the graphic build, we got that epic story.
I feel like Doom is overhyped.
Doesn't have a chance. They don't have a chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doom doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, you're right. Hades has a better chance than Doom has. So Doom is the underdog.
But an underdog is somebody you root for. I don't even want to root for Doom. You know what I mean?
So
I root for
I think okay. So if we have to put it in order, how would you put it? So Ghost is 1. I think we all agree on that. What would you say number 2 game of the year is? Hades?
Last of Us.
Last of Us 2. Gotta be 2.
Nah.
It
was so big. It was so big.
For me, it'd be Hades. No, for me, it'd probably be Animal Crossing, honestly. I've never played my Switch so much since I've got it. That game hooked me, came at the right time. COVID.
Update is out now, people.
And like that's like the constant updates throughout the year is like a reason to come back. Not a lot of games makes you want to do that. So Animal Crossing for me would be 2. So what would be your 3? It would be Hades.
I would have said Animal Crossing. I would have said Last of Us, then Animal Crossing.
Last of Us probably be my 3.
But
I just had that
if we
flipped.
say Animal Crossing 2, then I'd put Last of Us 3.
Well,
And then
to me, it's straight up out of this list is Ghost of
Final,
Tsushima, then Last of Us, then
Animal Crossing.
Nah, not Animal Crossing. I would definitely have Doom.
It's a heavy hitter, bro.
You know, a lot of Hades above Animal Crossing, like those three, right there.
so that leaves Final Fantasy VII remake.
What happened to Final Fantasy 7? You know what I mean?
I didn't hear that part. Well, oh man, no,
it just came out in the wrong year. You know what I mean? It came out in a year with some hitters.
Great game, but it's just like we've been waiting for you for so long. We were just happy that you got released. You know, we were just happy that Final Fantasy came. You know, and
hey,
it is
so
a great game though.
I've listened to older podcasts, and this one's a lot different than last year's. Okay, from you. Do you remember how, in comparison, how lackluster last year's was compared to this year's?
I can't say I can recall that much. I played too much.
But like the best games of last year, in my opinion, were like shit, man. Jedi Fallen Order, and it didn't even get counted.
That's what I thought should have been Game of the Year last year.
Sekiro, but that game kicked my ass, and I didn't care about it. I liked Red Dead. I like Red Dead a lot.
Yeah, and Red Dead
was a pretty weak year.
Awards last year, didn't it? It got a whole bunch of Game of the Year awards.
Fucking Goose Game Untitled Goose Game kicked a bunch of ass.
Like
that's how
Informer, I think, or one of those.
That's how bad of a year it was. Goose Game fucking whipped ass.
Mm-hmm.
So this year is so good that the one game that people have been looking forward to the most forever, which I would say is Final Fantasy VII Remake, isn't even in people's top 3.
Well, because I don't know. I just like it's whatever. Just because I don't think I just probably joined too late to talk about Last of Us 2. And this is like the end of the year. The reason why I don't like Last of Us 2 is because of that controversial moment. And I think it's just so fucking stupid. And I'm still mad about it. So like that, I just don't like that game. It's like the whole Metal Gear Solid when you play as Raiden the whole fucking time. It's like, I didn't buy this game to play as Raiden. and I didn't play this game to play this.
Goddamn good game. I don't care what nobody says.
No, mechanically,
they let you play Snake for about 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah, look, Last of Us 2 is a gorgeous looking game. But the thing is like, it doesn't change too much from what it did already. And that's why I feel like it shouldn't be Game of the Year. It's Last of Us 2, and it feels like a Last of Us 2 game. Like, that's why I like even this just it doesn't stack up there. I think Hades is a new experience. I think Ghost of Tsushima is a new experience. And I think that's why Final Fantasy and Last of Us 2 is just not high on my list, because it just feels like a game I already played before with better graphics.
Man, I'm just surprised at how many people didn't know that Joel was gonna die in the game.
No, we knew, but I didn't think I would play as this.
So they didn't know, you know, because I remember when we first started talking about Last of Us Part 2 on the Gamerish podcast. I told you guys.
Hey, I knew he was gonna die. I knew he was gonna die. I'm not even.
The moment they said this game was a game about hate, which means Joel is gonna die. I told everybody, Joel is gonna die. Go back to our older podcast before Last came out, and
it's not about him dying; it's how he died. It was like 5 minutes into the game, he dies. Like, can I play a couple of missions with him?
She just kept hitting him. It's like, come on, bitch, stop hitting him. He's dead.
It's dead. Like the whole, and I do like that they connected the two games, but it just was like, you could do this better. And that's what I'm saying. If they could have killed him better, it could have been the same outcome of her killing him, but they could have done it better. Huh?
So at the end of the game?
No, I haven't beat the game because I got up.
Oh, God damn it.
I didn't want to play with as her. I was like, I don't want to punch zombies in the face. Like, I don't want to do that.
Either. Still a great story worth going through. Trust me. You need to don't worry about the Abby thing, man. Like,
I like a strong female character. It's not about that. It's just like, I don't want to play as Abby. I want to play as,
you'll
Joel.
get to go
Ellie.
back to her if you finish playing as Abby. Like, you'll get back to her.
I get it. You're right, but I'm just saying, like, I think it's just like it's the problem with these type of games that they come out all at the same time. So like, Last of Us came out, and then Last of Us 2 came out, and what other game came out around the same time? It was like back to back.
Ghost.
was
Came
Ghost,
right
yeah.
out after it.
I
So
think
I
they're
thought-
both. And it's me who never beats anything half the time. Like, I was able to get through both of those games because they're so great. That's how I determine how great a game is, depending on if I was willing to go through it and finish it. Like, because I barely get time to finish my games with the amount of time I fucking put into games. And so for me to have time to beat a game, it means that game story captivated me. That game's gameplay captivated me. That I'm just like, I'm finishing this shit. I remember when Last of Us came out, I didn't play nothing else until I finished that game. When Ghost of Tsushima came out, I played nothing else until I finished that damn game. You know, that's how.
That's the thing. I like Ellie's part, and that's why I kept playing it. It's because like Ellie with the relationship with the other chick, I forgot her name, but like I love that relationship. But then like it would go like a flashback where I'm playing as Abby as a little kid, a flashback to like they're trying to make me like care for her, and it's like you did it all wrong. Why not do the flashbacks in the beginning? Like make me fall in love with this character, and then let me like be in love with her while she kills Joel. Like they did it backwards. Like let me fall in love with her before she kills my favorite character in gaming. You know, like but he killed him off, and they're like, okay, now kill for this chick. And it's just not good storytelling. It's just not something that I want to keep playing. But the game itself was an awesome game. The little bit of more than a little bit. I played the crap out of it. I haven't beat it yet though.
One thing I will have to say about that game, and where they're going to clean up a lot of awards, is the acting was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the production, the writing. I mean, it's
the head, like the game itself. When you like headshot somebody, you feel it. Like you feel like them like screaming, and like the sounds are like it's like it really makes you feel like you're in the game. The sound is really good in that game.
Talking about sound, the Pulse 3D headset for PS5. Oh my god, the sound in that headset is amazing.
it sounds good on my Astros too.
If you have a chance to play on that Pulse 3D headset, Jesus, playing Call of Duty, I felt like I was getting shot in my ear. Like
It sounds like a PS5 commercial.
like,
So, and hey, Dre, let me ask you though, with Call of Duty, do you have haptic feedback with different guns? Do different guns have different trigger
not
points?
most of them. I think where they put the haptic feedback is when you're not supposed to shoot. So like if you try and aim the gun, the controller stiffens the stick, the L2 button, because you're not supposed to be trying to aim the gun right now and things like that. And like, but you feel the vibration you feel everything when you're reloading and all of that stuff. And like you feel it every time you let a bullet out when you're sniping and shit. You'll feel that feedback from the gun pushing up on your shoulder as you shoot that bullet. So it has that stuff, but also back to sound. It's
We're correct. We got some more comments from our YouTube chat from Haha Paradox. Two things real fast. He said Sekiro won Game of the Year in 2019, which I think was a pretty good game to win that. And then he said Phasmophobia is his indie game of the year, or a question mark is what
I think that deserves to be an indie game of the year category for sure. We will have that category. I'm working on all our categories right now, and that's definitely something I feel deserves. We're gonna have a meeting about that, all our nominees and all that, and Big E will even return for our nominee show and everything, and our Gamerish award show. But yeah, so I'm right. Phasmophobia, you're right. Phasmophobia deserves to be on one of the indie big games of this year, because that game has a lot of love, but the love is not being shown enough.
Yeah. Isn't Hades considered an indie game?
Yeah, Hades
I
is
think-
an indie game.
I think that one will win that one too.
Yeah.
Multiple categories for Hades. Hades definitely gets in that category as well. You know?
Yeah, I think without question, if that's categorized as an indie game, that's like the best indie game this year.
Even Spiritfarer, I believe.
That's a good one too. It's a fun game.
the Spiritfarer was a great game, man. Like I really liked that game, and I didn't even think I said this game was gonna be shit, and then when I started playing it, I'm like, man, I could just lay back with a beer.
It's like the most chill game ever.
Animal Crossing is my chill game.
This is more chill.
Yeah, this game is way more chill than Animal Crossing.
Like when you're fishing in it, you just throw it out there.
Yeah,
It doesn't
man,
fucking matter.
Spiritfarer is just, it was like what reminds me of Edith Finch. Like that game caught me off guard, and this game caught me on what remains of Edith Finch, and this game caught me off guard.
All right, so yeah, guys. So with Gamers Network Game of the Year, what's going to be cool is that still Phoenix Rising is going to be coming out, Immortals Phoenix Rising, and then we still have Cyberpunk. So,
which speaking of Cyberpunk, I saw that they had a live stream today, and they showed a new gameplay trailer, kind of heavy on Keanu Reeves being part of it.
I watched 5 minutes because I don't like watching these things. I don't want nothing ruining my experience when this game comes.
Yeah, I would say stay away from this trailer because I learned a lot that I didn't even know. They kind of said like the first like couple of hours of the game what you're kind of doing. So I would stay away from that trailer if you haven't seen it, if you care about that. So I won't say too much about it, but looks like Keanu Reeves is like really in like heavy in this game. Like he's from A to B to C to D and blah blah blah. He's really in this game. I wasn't expecting. I thought he'd be like a cameo once in a while, but like it seems like he's really involved in this game. I don't know if you guys saw the quick videos of people being able to play it. Like IGN had a video of somebody playing for 16 hours, and he kind of said like check your expectations. He's like, this is still a video game. This is not gonna do anything crazy. So that made me a little worried that like IGN is saying like to check yourself. So I'm probably gonna lower my expectations a little bit just because I'm all hyped for this game. But like after them saying that, then I'm like, all right, they're being nice, and this is them just saying that. So I'm a little.
I guess at IGN, man.
I don't know. I feel like IGN would like just hype up the game. You know, I don't think they would like
more than I would take anything that GameSpot would say. Because GameSpot, I usually takes with a grain of salt because GameSpot they seem to go out their way to find problems in every fucking game. But if IGN, like I don't have this fucking great expectation. I just expect this game to be on the same level and feeling that The Witcher 3 was with me.
I think the same is not there. I don't think.
If it does even close to that,
I think it's close, but I think they're hinting that it's not better than Witcher 3.
Like I don't know, man. See, it's
what they were saying
sometimes to gauge these people, especially when you're getting paid by these companies to say certain things.
Yeah, and the fact that he's not saying anything nice makes me worried because like to get a free demo of 16 hours and be like, hey guys, set your expectations, then that makes me worried. Like, because if they're getting like early access, like we got early access on the Ruin, and like I'm like saying nice things because I'm like, hey, but like they'll say like, yo, chill out. It's a video game. It's
at the same time, everyone has their own opinion on games.
One thing that he said that made me kind of like check myself is that he said it's an RPG. He said it's a lot slower than people are gonna realize because in these trailers everything's happening so fast. They're cutting in and out of action. They're like, hey, it's an RPG.
What the fuck? Deus Ex. Like we love Deus Ex.
No, but yeah, that's what they were saying. Like this is not GTA. This is more like Deus Ex. And like if you like Deus, but I was just saying like you understand that.
I think of this game is fucking GTA. If you
just
listen to us right now, you thought Cyberpunk was gonna be like GTA. You're dumb as fuck.
Look at the trailers. Look at the trailers. They're not showing Deus Ex trailers. They're showing fucking GTA Call of Duty trailers, like shooting, fucking like.
GTA don't let us make no decisions at all. It's just
no, I know. I'm just saying like these last trailers been very action packed, and I think that's what people are kind of expecting. That's what I was expecting. I expected
Deus Ex type stuff from the get go. Like once you say Cyberpunk, Deus Ex is the first game that comes to mind. You know, like first game that comes to mind. I don't know unless you don't know what the hell Deus Ex is, people. Like fucking GTA should not be coming.
I was thinking like kind of Fallout, like you know.
Yeah. Fallout 4, Fallout 3.
This is basically
Yeah.
the same game, just in different environments, basically. You know?
But yeah, so the trailer came out. Skip it if you don't want to know too much of the story. And I'm gonna definitely probably play before I get the new Xbox. I was gonna try to hold out, but there's no way I'm holding out. I'm gonna
Hey,
buy
if
it.
you guys
Well, that one will
pre-order-
upgrade no matter what. When you get whatever, they will upgrade you. Cyberpunk, one thing they are is they're cool as fuck.
Yeah.
You pre-order on newegg.com. There's a code on there that gets you $10 off your pre-order for digital. So I pre-ordered.
Oh, digital. Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
I bought it for $49.99 on Newegg.
Thank you.
Also, if you pre-order it on Stadia, you get a free Stadia control and Chromecast Ultra with your pre-order. If you
Wow.
order Stadia. So those of you who want to try out Stadia, now's the time. Like if you're gonna play Cyberpunk and you want to play it anywhere, like pre-order it on Stadia and they will send you a Stadia controller and a Chromecast Ultra all for free. You don't even got to pay the $100 for it. You'll get it with your pre-order for Cyberpunk right now. Just so people know. So what's next?
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've went through it.
Oh,
Animal Crossing got a new update.
Capcom. Did you hear the story about
Capcom.
that? They got blackmail for $11 million. Hackers hacked into the servers and stole a whole bunch of information, accounts, users' names, game releases,
We got, yes.
and they're like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. So they're like, we're not paying you, and they released so much information. I know you guys had a list of the Capcom games,
I got it
right?
here. So from what was leaked and everyone is believing it's true from IGN, the GameSpot, they're all believing this is true. They have Resident Evil Outbreak. They say it's coming out Q4 fiscal year 2021. Dragon's Dogma 2, Q2 fiscal year 2022.
I'm excited for that, man.
Yeah. Street Fighter 6, Q3 of fiscal year 2022.
I'm excited for that.
Rockman, which will be called Mega Man in North America, Q3 fiscal year 2022. Resident Evil 4 Remake, Q4 of 2022. Monster Hunter.
Hey, they
6.
need to stop that shit.
That's what got me hyped. Monster Hunter 6, Q2 of 2023. Biohazard Apocalypse. We don't know what that is yet. Q3 fiscal year 2023, which is probably going to be another Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Then Super Street Fighter 6, Q4 2023. Because you know how they like to get new fighting fans with another Street Fighter game with just like extra characters and stuff.
Alpha.
Yeah, Final Fight Remake, Q2 of 2024. Power Stone Remake. Oh my God.
Power Stone. What's that?
Sega Dreamcast, people. You know what I'm talking about. Fuck what Freddie's saying right now. Those of you who had a Sega Dreamcast, all of us played Power Stone. It was the game before Smash Brothers came out.
I was too poor for a Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah, man. So Power Stone Remake, Q3 of 2024. So 4 more years from now. Ultra Street Fighter 6, Q4 of 2024. So they're trying to milk Street Fighter like a motherfucker.
Street Fighter.
I mean,
6
it's been a minute, right? Since the Street Fighter game came out.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 was so bad.
And then
Yeah,
last
they were
but not
bad.
least, Resident Evil Hank, likely
Which
Hunk in
it's not supposed to be
America.
Hank. All right, the
Q4.
hacker definitely misspelled that shit.
Yeah, they said likely Hunk, Hunk, Q4 of 2024. So that's probably just a code name for Resident Evil 9.
He's the worst character in Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
All right, so from the list, I can't wait for Dragon Dogma 2. I was actually thinking about buying the remix, the remake, and just like playing that over again. What about you, Captain?
Street Fighter 6. It's time.
What?
It's time for a good Street Fighter. I do love fighting games.
I'm not in. All of me, this is all Power Stone for me. Once I saw a Power Stone, I'm like, yes, we're getting a fucking Power Stone game back. Like, yeah, man, Power Stone, man. Dreamcast lovers, you guys all know the hype. Y'all feeling it right now. Power Stone. We're about to get Power Stone.
That just sounds like some generic ass game. Like it's like some made up game that like is like bootleg, like Power Stone 3 coming soon.
Everybody get at Freddie in the comments, please. Please at Freddie.
I'm with him though. I'm
Let
with
me
Freddie.
Google
It's
this
not like-
Power Stone thing.
Tag him in the
It
Facebook
sounds like a
comments.
bootleg Power
It sounds like-
Rangers.
Oh my god! I'm
Like,
like,
sounds
like it's
done this
good.
podcast. I'm gonna put Freddie on.
Look, it
on
sounds
blast.
Dre. Honest to God, it sounds like it's good. Like it's good, but it's not Disney. It's like Jim Henson. You know what I mean? Like, but it's good.
Power Stone, man. People that didn't even have a Dreamcast wish they could have played Power Stone, man. Like, it was that fighting game, man. I was telling you, man. It was what Smash Brothers wanted to be.
Okay, it looks like some Sega-ass characters.
Oh goodness, man! You're watching Sega Dreamcast stuff, and you're gonna compare it to stuff from today. Can't do that. You gotta think of how Dreamcast was ahead of its time. Dreamcast is way ahead of its time.
All right, so Felice is saying Power Stone was the ish.
Thank
And-
you.
And
Thank
say,
you.
Jay, please put Freddy on Power Stone.
Yeah, yo.
All right, what about Captain? He's right there with me, so it's two
I have
versus
no
one.
clue I have no clue what you guys are talking about. I was playing
Yo,
Crazy
they
Taxi
don't
and
know. Both
fucking
of you guys
2K.
don't know. Yo, you got it. Yo, you have to be on that wave, man.
And then
I was playing
one more
NFL
thing.
2K.
I said Power Stone, Walk Stone, Smash could won. So Power Stone was first, and then Smash picked up, I guess. That was some.
And then that was the next
Team
big
Up.
thing, but then we
Team
lost
Up.
Sega, so we couldn't get another. We got a Power Stone 2, but we didn't get nothing that could rival Smash Brothers. You know, so but Power Stone is what started that shit. Power Stone is where Smash Brothers saw that game, and then Nintendo saw that game, and it's like, what if we did this game with Nintendo characters? You know, and boom, Smash Brothers came along.
Dreamcast, Fleece said Crazy Taxi was that ish
Oh,
too, Mike.
Yes.
Of course,
Crazy Taxi. NFL
Yeah, everybody
2K.
loves Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, I love my damn Crazy Taxi.
I'm over playing Crazy Taxi in the laundromat because they used to have those old arcade machines, and like I never had a Sega Dreamcast, but I used to play Crazy Taxi all the fucking time when I was doing my laundry. And then what else? Haha Paradox said Dragon Dharma remake is still fun. He plays the stair, and there's a lot of comments right now. Fleece Cat said, "Right, oh my god, poor Dreamcast got killed at the wrong time."
Exactly. For real. Yes.
Yeah.
Because we ripped off the
Dreamcast.
games.
Yeah, they did to themselves. I don't know. I just never liked that Dreamcast control. What was it? The whole point of the thing in the middle?
It was
Was
a
that-
memory card, and
It was
like
a-
Tamagotchi
You could
thing,
game
like-
with it.
Yeah, you could put games on, like you could watch your Sonic on it.
Hey, in 2K, you could read your plays there, so your shit wasn't up on the screen too.
That's some gimmicky ass. That's like some Nintendo gimmick shit right there.
Well,
Hey, man,
Sega's
don't-
point
you
was
don't fuck
always
with the
to beat
V-chip.
Nintendo. Sega just wanted to beat Nintendo. They weren't thinking about PlayStation and Xbox at that time. They were just trying to beat Nintendo. Well,
Yeah.
Xbox wasn't even out yet, but they were trying to beat Nintendo. They didn't care about Sony was coming up and everything. And if they were smart, when Nintendo was dumb enough to throw Sony to the side and said we don't want to partner with you, Sega should have went in there and like, you know what? Come on here and join up with us, and we probably would have been on Dreamcast 4 right now. You know,
Hey,
with
Sega's still making money.
All right,
Sega
hold on. I got
still.
some more chat because everybody's a Sega fan apparently. Felice says it was before your time, Freddie, so you can shut the fuck up. Okay? No, she didn't say that, but she said stop talking smack. Okay, and then she also said something about Timo Leo said Sega underestimated the CD privacy, which I agree that fucked
Yeah,
them up.
that's what I'm saying.
Right, Tim.
I pirated so many of those damn games.
Yeah.
There's no way they were
I
making money.
pirated so many Dreamcast games, Dead or Alive, so I could have tits on the screen. My dad didn't know what he was buying me. And I was like, Dad, they got this fighting game I want really bad. And he's like, Dead or Alive? I'm like, yeah, that's the name of the fighting game. And he's like, whatever, it's only $20 compared to like 40 inside the store. And I'm like, yep. And he's like, okay, here's $20. And I was like,
And
titty.
Haha said, don't forget about Sonic on the Dreamcast.
Of course, yep, the first Sonic Adventures game, legend. I made all my kids play that
The
shit.
best way of playing Legacy of Kain.
Yo,
Soul.
And then they keep
Soul
mentioning
Reaver
the
was on
VMU.
Dreamcast.
Was
Yeah,
that what is
that's
that?
what it was. That's the memory card.
Okay, so yeah, so Leo said the VMU was what did he say? He
The
said
shit.
yeah, and he said that the PSP
Yo,
the
I'm about to
VMU
invite
was
Tim
what
Leo to
the
this
PSP
fucking
grew to
pod
be.
right now. I'm about to invite Tim because I want Tim to come in here and like lay the smackdown on Freddie on some thoughts of the Dreamcast. Tim, please watch out for that. I hope
Oh,
you're in a
hey.
space where you can.
I can't be
remake,
only.
Dre, your remake that you posted the other day, that Shadow Man game, bro, on
Bro,
Dreamcast,
honestly,
it was cold.
Shadow
On
Man,
Dreamcast,
because
it was cold.
I never played Shadow Man, man. So I was just like, yo, what the fuck is this Shadow Man shit? I heard of it, but I never knew that it was good enough to get a fucking remake, man. But Tim, if you want to join us, I just sent you a damn invite, Tim. If you want to come and preach some Sega Dreamcast right now, man. But Mike, tell me about Shadow Man because I don't get the hype about why this game would need to be remade.
So he's like, the game's fucking hard. It's a hard ass game. So it's kind of one of those deals. I don't know how to explain it. He's voodoo, like shit. How do?
All right, what's the
like
name of the game? Shadow what?
Shadow Man.
Shadow Man.
Okay, I'm looking up.
So if I remember the premise right, like you get guns and you have different melee weapons and shit like that. It's 3D, but you're messing with like a lot of these like voodoo priestesses that can bring you back to life and then give you different types of healths and shit like that. But the game was hardcore.
Is this off the
And
comic book?
his whole power was in his chest. He had like this gem or this skull or something like that, and that's where his power came from.
So I heard. And what was his power? Like, what did he do with his power?
I don't think he could die. I think he could just get resurrected like a voodoo doll or some shit.
All right,
like
so
that,
we're
I think.
admitted Tim into the pod right now. So my boy Tim could go on and like see people. This is what it's like when you follow the Gamerish podcast. People like if you got a lot to say, like I don't mind adding you to the chat.
Hey, what's happening, man?
What up?
Hey, I bet he knows about Shadow Man.
Yo,
Do you have a Sega Dreamcast T-shirt on?
No, I got a tattoo.
Oh wow! Okay, that's next
On my
level.
chest.
Next level.
Yo, so Tim, tell us, man, tell us how great the Sega Dreamcast is, my man.
So, like, the funny thing about the Dreamcast is when it dropped before. Like how we see like companies like kind of like doing the whole tiptoe thing. It's because of when Sega dropped, it dropped before the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. So it's like their tech was out there. And right when they dropped the Sega Dreamcast was really when people were starting to like burn CDs and stuff like that. And like I'll never forget, my friend came over and he was like, "Hey, you want to play this Dreamcast game?" And he pulled out a regular disc, and I was like, "What? It's not gonna
Phillips,
play."
Phillips Magnavox looking disc.
My disc was straight white disc,
straight. Exactly. I was like, "Dude, this is not gonna play." What did you do? He was like, "Man, like this dude sold me what game was it? NFL 2K." Because like his dad made him pick either you can get NBA 2K or NFL 2K. He was like, "I'll get NBA 2K," which I still feel like was miles ahead of live, even to this day.
Even NFL 2K was ahead of
that. 2K was the shit.
Yeah, now
and that's what I like. So what made it so crazy? So he has the burnt copy of NFL 2K. We put it in, like the game is playing seamlessly, no problems. I was like, oh my gosh. So like we're playing the game, and this is like, you know what I'm saying? Before this, you had block players in Game Day, you know what I'm saying? Game Day 2000 and all that. So like this game was the first where like they were really rendered, but we went in for a replay because like there was like a flag on the play, and when we went in to like play the play, like the grass was getting kicked up from the linemen, and I remember that just blew us away. Like, what kind of game is this? Then like that was when like where you could do you could have the weather and stuff, but it really didn't affect the game. 2K was one of the first ones where the weather affected the game, and then the field would get worn away. And it's just like, it was just like, what is Sega doing? I mean, because they already like Knights, even though I liked Knights, it was really a psychedelic nightmare. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, in flying, that was one of the first games I played other than Panzer Dragon or Panzer Dragoon, where like the flying mechanism was at least there. You know what I'm saying? Arrow Wings on 64 was close, but you know what I'm saying? Panzer Dragoon and Knights was like the best like analog flying, because honestly, before the Dreamcast came out and you played Ape Escape, everybody was still doing a D-pad directional. It's so much that like they broke. And then once I saw that you could get a factory burnt game, that's what changed it. But Power Stone came way before Smash. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I didn't pick up Smash, because to me it was a knockoff of Power Stone.
Yep. Exactly.
And now it's funny now because after Smash, everybody thinks a game like that is copied off of Smash. So it's funny that like Power Stone was the original.
No, because it's just a bunch of young cats playing Smash now. They don't know. They don't know their history, man.
Power Stone was the first game of that type. Other than that, you really only had like, you know, boxing games or like, well, I want to say of the cartoon variety, it was really only Street Fighter or Darkstalkers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't really have, it wasn't something where you were just like, yeah, I'm really getting like, this was Smash before. I'm really trying to, like, you may have, you have, because there were like the sandboxy kind of like free-for-all fighting games. And I'm trying to think of one. Smash TV is one, but that was two player.
It's like Fusion Frenzy on Xbox.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but I say Power Stone to me was a key game in that type of
it was
free
the
for
first,
all.
man. It was the first. No other game was doing that shit until Power Stone.
Just a quick update on chat. They're all kind of just talking. They kind of switched over to 64 and how they want more remakes from that. They're talking about how Double I is the shit. Golden Eye.
Yeah, I'm about to say Double I.
I wanted to say on you bringing up Shadow Man. It was funny how big Shadow Man kind of became, only because it was a really dark story.
Yo, I'm like,
it's a dark story.
It's a really dark story. Like it's voodoo and stuff in there, and then like you got to capture souls. And I'm not like talking about like Kane Soul Reaver. He's already a vampire. Like you all like in the bayou, and then it's a 64 graphics, so it's unforgiving. So it's just like you're really like out in their representation of water, fighting actual polygons.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
Hey, so in this one, he's like got a shotgun. He'll blow a boy away and then take his soul.
See, look at that. It's pretty smooth. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty smooth. But look at that. Like he's
that like souls coming out of him.
Yes.
Yeah. It goes in his chest, and that's how he doesn't die.
Yeah. But but you like I think
it's hard. It was a hard ass game.
Like soul bullets, because it's like modeled a lot around voodoo and stuff like that. So yeah.
People are.
Banjo-Kazooie seemed like, even though I know they came out with another Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Kazooie like was really a fun game. It like, I guess, in a Mario-esque way. So Banjo-Kazooie, they definitely could bring that back. I feel like it's a couple. It's 164 game I was really thinking about, and I just.
Well, chat brought up Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark. Yeah, honestly, as hard as an exclusive, that was a really good game. Like I can't say anything bad about it.
Honestly, one of my first PS2 games I think about a lot is I think the chat brought it up is Tekken. I'm over being heavy on Tekken in the PS2 days, and Tekken, just like
I guess it had me for like a day or two, but then once other shit came, because once everybody was on PS2, I think that's around the time Nintendo 64 came out, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's what chat's talking about. PS2 and N64.
Yeah, because N64 is what had me like my Diddy Kong Racing and Smash and like yo, and people don't know Diddy Kong Racing needs a fucking remake. Like Diddy Kong Racing was that shit. You know,
They
like
don't care.
could have rivaled Smash Brothers any day. I feel I'm not
because
Smash Brothers.
Mario Kart does everything Diddy Kong Racing does, but like
Did you see the?
I don't know.
Did you see the holiday commercials going out right now for Switch? They've got Mario Kart on it.
Yeah. It's because it's just
it's
a fan favorite.
And I forgot to get NPDs for us today because they're out. I gotta do that for our next pod. Next NPDs.
It's a fucking port, isn't it? Isn't Mario Kart 8 the one that's out? Isn't that a port?
Oh yeah. But nobody cares. It's still Mario.
They don't care.
I'm surprised that Nintendo hasn't brought back F-Zero.
Yo, Nintendo, like, man, Nintendo just knows they have us.
All right, so chat was saying how Bad for a Day on N64.
Yes.
Conker's, yeah.
Ever on the
Conker's.
That was Conker's Bad Fur Day. Oh my God, 1990.
Dirty little motherfucker.
99. What was it? Like, I'm 9 years old playing this perverted squirrel. And like, yo, Conker's Bad Fur. I keep telling people, like, y'all don't know. Like, there's so many people in the world who don't know about Conker's Bad Fur Day. And
I don't know how.
More people knew. Like, it even got remade on Xbox. And the multiplayer mode and the violence. That's back when Nintendo didn't care about violence on their systems and shit before the Wii's and all that shit came out. Conker's Bad Fur Day, one of the best games ever.
Honestly, my top games I think about N64 is Conker's Bad Fur Day, Tony Hawk, and I forgot the name of this, the South Park game where you throw snowballs.
You play that at my house?
I think that was just South Park.
But South Park.
I went with those three games and played the shit out of those three games.
The other one was Chef's Love Shack. And that was like a game show game.
The game show. I had all of those shits, South Park, with that 4-player split screen, my boys used to come over all the time. We used to do 4-player split screen on South Park multiplayer. That shit was good.
We were on
yeah, that was great.
We were on Road Rash 64.
Oh, I had that shit too. Well, I had 75 games for my N64. 75. Like, I used to go in people. This wasn't me when I was adult. When I was a kid, I was an addict too. All right.
See, and I gotta say on that, I was PlayStation. I was playing Siphon Filter, Bushido Blade when it came to PlayStation 2. Like, I was really.
Remember Time Splitter?
Yes, they're about to remake that.
Maybe. No. I think they came out and said they're not going.
Yeah, they're not remaking
it. What?
They weren't remaking it, but
that's
that was a great game too. Like, I had a lot of
Time Splitters 2 on Xbox was my shit.
I played it on Xbox too. 4-player split screen. Yep. My friends used to come over and play that shit, man.
I would say PlayStation, where I felt like I was on PlayStation 2 rather, where I felt I was playing next gen on those games really was like Hitman. And that was because the world was so intricate before the internet and YouTube and all that, and you had to go through and like read the actual game guide and stuff like that. It was like the tome of it was so thick because there was so many ways you can go around killing people and stuff like that. I would say that and Grand Theft Auto 3, those two games were what just was like, I was like, yeah, I'm staying on PlayStation and I'm not going anywhere.
We're correct. Chat is talking about some N64 games still. They're talking about Mario Party and Star Fox as good games.
Yes, great game.
Mario Party, but Star Fox was, to me, up until the point where we got to GameCube, like it just,
that's where it fell off. But the N64 Star Fox was perfect.
Yeah, true.
Perfect, man.
I never really
and the
bit
Rogue
into Star
Squadron.
Fox.
Oh my God, Rogue Squadron on 64.
Mm.
Oh Jesus Christ, that game was
Man.
so great.
We could go
Rogue
on and on
Squadron
the
on
classics that
64. I
had.
almost forgot about that.
Just
Bounty
never got
Hunter.
to respect the third, man.
Yeah.
Definitely never got to
Turok, remember?
Turok 2, Turok.
Turok. Oh my
Unreal.
God.
Yeah. Classics.
N64 really was on the forefront of giving us really great FPSs before we knew that was what we wanted. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, the first
N64,
Rainbow Six I was playing was
they were
64.
like really spearheading the FPSs because now that I think about it, Turok, was it GoldenEye? All of the first FPSs that I really took seriously, really
64.
was. Other than 64, I would say would be Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox and N64. They took off the multiplayer. Like N64 was all about our split screen, and then Xbox was all about our, hey, this is what happens when you can play online with people. So it's great, man. But before we end the show, I just want to go into other news, just throw it out there. We had the Hitman developer, you guys know IO Interactive is making a new 007 game, which I'm pretty sure is going to be great. Well, we hope. I think it's no. I think it's going to be a flop. You heard it first here. It's going to be a flop.
No.
You don't think so? I think it's going to be a flop.
I hope not. Man, don't get me wrong. Because I've played movie games. I play movie games. I've played James Bond on 64 and on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And what I always love about that and Spy Hunter is they have those Bond moves where you could do this like James Bond and it's just a little bit more theatrical. And it's just that's what I liked about James Bond games that I feel like no other protagonist can give you. It's not him just killing everything, but him doing it in a suave manner to where you're this is nice.
Yeah, I figured it. Then Star Wars Squadron is getting a new map and more ships. Pokemon Go is getting a big update. Now they're gonna do seasons every 3 months, people, and we're gonna get more. The game's level cap is going from 40 to 50. And you're gonna get more monsters that from the Kalos region, so added to the game too. They put a whole list, but you can look it all up on Otaku and shit. And for those who don't know, Cyberpunk will be 2 discs on PS4 and Xbox One. For those,
just download it, guys. Save yourself some time.
To download the fucking game, so you will get that.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't say that to people because Red Dead was 2 discs on PlayStation 4.
Really? I wouldn't know. I just downloaded that shit.
I downloaded it. I downloaded it and I also bought the disc. I hate to segue this off, but the difference is when I go over to somebody else's house and they don't have it, they can play it. Where even if I load up my profile on their PlayStation, because I'm not the primary on their PlayStation, they can't play it. Stop talking down on the disc, Dre.
The problem is you can't do that because we're in a pandemic. So you're not leaving anybody's house.
Not in a pandemic.
Like I said earlier, I'm too lazy when it comes to disc now, man. I can't. I have no time to get my lazy ass off my game chair and switch disc. I'll call my son's cell phone and be like, Andre, I need you to come change daddy's disc. I'm that fucking lazy.
That's why you have kids. That's the whole point.
Tim, you be calling your kids to get your beer out the fridge and shit.
No, I don't use my kids are rebel. I don't use my powers for evil.
Give me a beer.
My son, I be telling
pop in Valhalla.
Podcast. I call my son. I'm like, hey, bring me up some ice. I need some ice for my drink. Bring up some ice to put in my cup. I love that feeling. I love being a dad.
My kids, I love being a dad too, but my kids is gonna rebel. That's mutiny. I'll wake up getting held down by a sheet, getting beat with soaps in the sock. I'm not doing
My
it.
kids just love having a dad that gets them all these games. So they're like, okay, if old dad wants some ice, then let's just get him the fucking ice. And he keeps buying us all these video games.
I like they're so logical. They're very they're very on a level.
But that's all we got for you guys, people. I hope today's podcast was very entertaining for you guys. Everybody, remember, just take a picture that you're subscribed to our YouTube. We're gonna make a little thing on Facebook, or if you're not part of our Facebook, then drop a picture on our comment section here on the YouTube page. Or on Facebook, you can join us, Gamerish Network Facebook page. Of you subscribe to our YouTube channel to enter into the Game and Watch raffle, and we will raffle that off in 2 weeks. Next week we will be off. Next week is Thanksgiving. We're not going to record anything next week. We're taking that week off. It's the first time I will not be talking about video games in a long ass time. Yes, so guys, if you want to win that Game and Watch, just put your pictures down that you're subscribed, and your name will be entered, and we will raffle that off in our next Gamerish podcast in 2 weeks, and I'll be ready to ship that out to one lucky person. Other than that, we appreciate the love.
Wait, Drake. Before we leave, I gotta ask you 3-1 question. I don't know if you have the Xbox or the PlayStation 5, but I gotta ask you guys, like, with this next generation, with the PlayStation 4, one thing that I dislike about next gen is, even though we get better graphics, I do not like that I am shunned away, or I don't want to really play a game because I have to load it onto the PlayStation first, versus, with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, you could just put in a disc and play, or you could just download it and play. Wow. With the PlayStation 5, have you guys noticed that there's been a change to that? Or is this something where you still have to load the disc for maybe a half a day to be able to play?
I can't speak to that, Tim, because all my games are downloaded. So
but you still have to download them. You still have to take the same time. Mine take about your download speed as far as like half the day or so. It depends on your internet. You know what I mean? So I've got 1,000 gigs. So I download. Well,
okay, I'm being very facetious when I say half the day, but I'm just saying
I did Miles Morales and Spider-Man remake, and altogether that was about 100 gigs. I did it in about a half hour today. But yes, you still have to do that. But the reasons that you have to do that is, back in the day, is that, they weren't coming out and they weren't putting in patches to make the games better and shit like that. So now, big reasons for the sizes are like your audio qualities and shit like that. Like there's things that they'll go through and they'll put patches on that just keeps enhancing the better, making the game better, making the game better. To where back in the day, PS3, and I'll be honest with you, there were some games on PS3 where I had to wait for it to load up. There were some of them that, that's when that started. But those games were already made. They were already set, and that's what they were.
As for me, all my games were on a hard drive, and I had to do no loading. I just played right away. Everything that's on my external hard drive, I plugged it in, and all my PS4 games are on there, and no loading, no updates, nothing like that. Play right away. All of your external.
All of your launch titles, you still had to do the same thing. That you still had to download.
Well, the launch title for PS5 exclusively, you got to still do the loading. It didn't take long, but if you're talking about PS4 games, which I think I heard him say about PS4 games on the PS5, if you have them all on the external already and you plug your external in, I play.
They're ready to go.
There's no updates or nothing like that. You just play. I had to.
Now, Tim, one thing with load times this generation, as far as just like while you're in the game, like with Valhalla, I know you play Assassin's Creed. If you go from one spot to another and you fast travel, that you're in the Animus looking shit, just running forward, and you can use your swords, you can use your shields, all that shit. Well, on Valhalla, it loads so fast that you can seriously swipe your axe one time, and then you are at your next location.
Whoa!
So it loads that fast.
Load times are the big difference in this, Tim. Like when you get these new consoles, fuck the graphics. Like I'm just glad I don't have to wait anymore. That's my big thing with these next gen systems. I don't have to wait for shit. Like trying to watch the load screen of Yakuza, like a dragon, and they're trying to tell me tips, and I can't read past 3 words because the game loads up that quick, like in the load screen. So I'm just like, damn, I don't know what they were trying to tell me, but
Could have been that important.
because I got back in the fucking game, So it's worth it, man. I hope you could grab one, man. I really hope you could grab one, and you could get on this shit. Cause you need to get on this shit, Tim. You gotta get on this.
All right, man. I'm working on it.
Before we get off, I wanted to shout out chat. Thanks for guys being part of this. Every podcast.
That was a fun night.
Yeah, every podcast, feel free to chime in and just you're part of this too, like Dre says. Like if he's feeling up to it, he'll add you to the podcast just like Tim right here. So just like be involved. We love it and makes everything better. So thanks for coming out, guys.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Thanks Tim for hopping on
network.
too.
We're the Gamerish Network for a reason, which means we like to bring in. We do what other podcasts won't do. We'll bring in our network, and we like to have you guys all part of this. I'll let you guys know now. The last A Drink in a Game podcast, every month I will leave it open. I will put the code out there for anyone to join A Drink in a Game and join it the last week of every month. So if you guys want to talk a game with me and Freddie and drink while talking about it, you have to be drinking. Don't join A Drink in a Game if you want to be sober.
So nobody under 18, 21, right?
No one under 18 or 21. I'll let you drink at 18 because you on computer. But if you can't drink, don't come on here. But I'm going to do it at the last week of every month. A Drink in a Game will be open to everybody, and I will post that on our Discord and our Facebook page, and you could join us and talk about whatever game you want to talk about because it's just a friendly environment with us drinking like we're at a bar. You guys know. So
social distancing.
Yes, this is the ultimate meaning of social distancing. Hopefully we don't get shit shut down soon. But yes, people, thanks for joining us. We appreciate all the love. Until next time, peace out.